Today we're talking everything from The Pit, Season 2, Episode 11. We got a really gross leg, a patient's mom almost took a really short walk into the street, and Langdon finally confronts Santos. All that and more on an all-new episode of Unbinged starting now. Welcome into Unbinged, podcast where we break down the shows, movies, and news you love to binge. I'm Alfredo Brown, joined by Jagger, Matt Kopfhamer. We're going to talk everything from this latest episode of The Pit, but first, the spoiler warning.
We're about to spoil The Pit, so really catch up. A lot of shit happened.
Seriously, a lot of shit did happen. Kopf, I'm going to let you choose where we start on this because I don't think it matters. We've got like 14 different things to talk about. Where do you want to start from this episode?
Oh, man. Like you said, there's so much to choose from. So much happened. The thing that I guess most intrigues me is going to be something I think is going to have the most impact in the future of this show. And that is Langdon confronting Santos and hoping for an easy, I'm sorry, and get off the hook free card. Instead, Santos throws it back in his face and reveals unwittingly to Al Hashimi that Langdon stole drugs from the hospital and that's why he was in rehab. So with with Dr. Al being the one running the show once Robbie gets off shift, how is this going to impact Langdon's future? And he seems to be the type that's a rule follower, so I wonder if that means that Langdon's days are now short.
There was a moment when they were talking that he's like, you don't know what I've been through. My wife almost left
divorced me.
And I'm not going to lie. I was like, why should she care, dude? Like that doesn't matter to her at all. So when she was like, yeah, that's what happens when you act like this. I was like, you know what? She's out of line, but she's kind of fucking right.
Yeah. I have mixed feelings. Cause I'm starting to get on like Santos needs to grow up, but at the same time, even the way that he did the apology didn't feel as insincere as it was with everyone else. Because with her, it was like, let's get it done. With everyone else, it was like, genuinely, I'm sorry. And then I feel like he ended like that. He's like, I'm actually really sorry. After he heard her yell, but it was already too late. And Santos is one where like those feathers are already ruffled, dog. You're like, you fucked up the first time. This is biffed from the get-go.
Which I wonder, it makes me wonder if in season 1 she still caught him, stealing drugs, but if he had not been a dick to her in that moment, like if instead he had been, I don't know, a little bit more contrite or whatever in the moment, would she still be having this reaction now because he broke the rules, or would she be cooler with him because he wasn't a dick?
Oh, it's 100% that he was a dick.
Yeah,
it's 100 because she's not even upset that she's more upset that he's not in more trouble. It's not that he got caught. It's not that he broke the rules. She's upset that he gets to walk around, and she said it, that people still treat him like the golden boy, which they don't. Like they really don't.
Robbie's been
like
a dick to him the whole time.
Yeah, like he's been taking it on the chin kind of everywhere he goes. But her thing is more, it feels like a jealous sibling type. It feels like you got caught for doing something, but you didn't get in enough trouble. And now I really need the other parent to know. And like Al Hashimi being over the shoulder there and hearing it, I'm very curious as to what her reaction is going to be.
To be fair to her, I think that Robbie's been a dick to him, and everyone else has just been like, oh, we're glad you're back. We're glad you're healthy, blah, blah, blah. And from her perspective, she's been treated like shit this whole time because of this. And she's still treated badly, and he comes back and is well liked. But again, I'm playing devil's advocate on both sides. Santos has also just been a giant asshole. She's even like rubbed me the wrong way. So
the thing is, she says if you really want to atone for your sins, tell everyone here you stole drugs and got kicked out. And my thing is this. It feels like her getting... Well, this is the thing, though. It's like, even if he does that, is she really going to be cool with him, or is she just going to revel in that moment that he has shame? That's not her being cool with him again. That doesn't fix anything. That is just her being happy that he is going to have a moment where he gets knocked down a peg and he has shame amongst everyone. Because right now, like, how did that even go? Because that didn't really get swept under the rug.
The only one that knows the particulars, I believe, are those, like she said, those three, Robbie, herself, and Langdon. Everybody else knows that he was in rehab, but they don't know why or how the circumstances surrounding it.
It's not him being on drugs; it's him stealing the drugs. That is the massive
from a
patient.
patient.
Yeah, And I agree that if he wasn't a dick, she probably would be really a lot more compassionate, because she is a compassionate person when it comes to people fucking up. But, you know, the roasting her in front of everyone was the big one.
Right.
So then I'm curious, and maybe this is what we do. We're going to dig deeper into this. Then what is the whole point of if Robbie, Langdon, and Santos are the only ones that know? What's the whole point of Robbie sending him off for 6 months, going to the rehab, but then being upset that he's back? Like if you didn't want him there, and the only people who know about it don't want him there, then maybe he just shouldn't be there.
So I think with Robbie, it's a trust thing. It's a he probably in the moment he gets caught, he's upset, he sends the he's like, here's how we're going to deal with this. You're going to go to rehab, you're going to do the steps, and then you're going to come back. But it wasn't until the actual day that Langdon came back that Robbie could like thought about it. It was like, oh, maybe I don't want this guy.
This fucking guy's back.
And so it's literally he's not thinking forward. Again, this is Robbie living in the moment and then dealing with the consequences of not planning ahead. And so now, in the moment, he's upset because he doesn't think he can trust Langdon, but he kind of did it to himself by not firing Langdon when he caught him.
And that's just showing the lack of therapy, because he kicked the can down the road, and now we are, you know, so.
Can we talk about Robbie's lack of therapy really quick here?
And
because
where do we start with that? You know,
yeah. There is so many places here, and this is going to lead us right into the mother of the little boy patient that we talked about there. I'll start actually there. So we've got little boy gets rushed into the hospital. Mom says he's unresponsive. He was in the back of the car, right? And they're doing the whole thing where they're trying to revive him. Essentially, we find that the mom is walking into the street to just unalive herself. Yakov?
I want to know how you guys read that. Is that guilt that she let her child get into heat stroke, or is that guilt because she put her child in that position? Because the way Joy was treating her seemed like Joy's thought process is that mom did this on purpose to try to kill the kid.
No, I think it was more of just I took it more
or
as
do you
like,
think it was more just negligence?
Yeah, I think it was more of just negligence. Like the mom even says, it's a safe neighborhood. Yes, the car door was unlocked. I don't get that. Like I was at a soccer game the other day for one of the kids here in the house, and there was a baby, like it's just a straight up, like maybe 1 year old, walking around the park, and the parent was not watching. And I was like, man, if I was an evil motherfucker, I could snatch up this little white. That was exactly it. I could snatch up this little white baby, like no problem. I did not, however. I just really want to make that clear. I did not snatch up any babies. But there's too many parents that
I resisted that urge.
Anywho, who wants to buy a baby?
Baby Jane Doe.
Baby Jane Doe.
So I took it as just guilt. And I think that's an easy thing for a parent to get, where if your child is hurt, like think of it, cough, like, sorry, everyone, we're not parents. This is the closest we can get to it. Your dog, right? Let's say, God forbid, you leave your dog in the car and your dog has some sort of heat exhaustion. You're taking the dog to the vet because the dog is about to die. You are going to feel so guilty, right? It's not the exact same thing, but I can understand why she has this very visceral reaction to want to unalive herself.
Of course, especially in the moment of like, if you're confronted with that trauma in the moment, you're like, oh God, I did this. Like, this is my fault. And then they're talking about how your child may not have cognitive responses anymore. I can see why taking a walk in the traffic would seem like a good idea.
That's almost selfish, by the way. I'm going to just cross that line for a sec. That's almost into the line of selfish where you're like, oh,
I don't want to deal with this anymore. Yeah.
I'm just putting that out there.
I mean, you're not wrong. Go ahead, Coffee.
That amount of trauma. Yeah, sorry, Jag, to cut you off, but that amount of trauma, like your responses in the moment are going to be pretty illogical because you're dealing with so much so quickly that, your thought process is going to be fucked.
From Joy's perspective, would we say this kid's 6? Like old enough to ride a tricycle. The car's unlocked and he just naps into a heat exhaustion without knowing. That's what I'm with Joy.
Fishy.
I just don't buy it. And where I don't think she intentionally maybe killed her
20
kid.
minutes too is what the mom said too. I was only gone for about 20 minutes.
But if the inside of the car is 130 degrees, 20 minutes inside that kind of like oven-like situation can be devastating
Yeah,
to a kid.
I'm not debating the time, but I meant like maybe she just left her kid in the car is what I'm saying and locked him in there because that kid's old enough to where most kids, people, if you get that hot, you wake up pissed off. Like my nephew, granted he's 13 now, but like he'll come in and fucking crank the AC down to like ungodly levels because he gets too hot. You know, that's where I'm with Joy. Like,
could it have been a car seat situation?
why
She
would he
left him
strap
strapped
himself
into-
in the car seat? Or do you
No,
mean
her. The mom left him strapped in a
Yes.
car seat with the child
Yes,
locks in the
yeah.
back doors.
exactly where I'm
Yes.
at?
I think that's more likely. They probably went to the store. He took a nap in the back seat. She forgot about him because easy to forget about a child who's sleeping. And then boom, she realizes what happened, goes out to check on him. He's dead. And then concocts a story about gardening and the trike.
That's where I'm at. And
We're just assuming the worst of this mom.
I mean,
Well, I mean,
It's
the
the
signs are
actions.
not
Like,
pointing. Yeah,
it's the reaction,
signs are
yeah.
pointing.
Yeah.
Good
But
damn. Good
this-
damn.
So this leads me to this point that I wanted to ask about Dr. Robbie, because as Dr. Al-Hashimi brings the mom back in and asks the mom if she's ever thought about hurting herself, the camera pans over and stays on Dr. Robbie for a long time, framed on just his face, and he starts to well up. You can see tears in his eyes. And that has been something that we've been talking about since episode 1 of Robbie being on a path of self-harm.
I want to talk about just the framing of this season, not just this episode, but this whole season. They've done a really good job of framing different scenes of either having Dr. Robbie's reaction or he's the one giving the monologue and having somebody else's reaction in the background. So this episode again does it beautifully, where you have the Langdon Santos moment with Dr. Al in the background, and then you have this moment with Robbie reacting to her questioning the mom. And again, you can tell based on his facial reactions that these are things that have probably been weighing on his own mind. And again, going back to season 1, where he had to talk Dr. Abbott off a literal ledge. And now we have Robbie in that same position. And while we've seen people kind of reach out to him, nobody's actually done what he did and like walked him off the ledge yet. So these next 3 episodes are going to be, I'm terrified for his character.
With Dr. Robbie, there's been a lot of these little moments where I don't think the show is being too subtle about it, but I think they're breadcrumbing it just enough that it hasn't become the main story yet. Even in a moment where he's talking to Dr. Mohan and basically saying like, this is why you need to keep your personal stuff out of here. Think of this place like a what is it? A force field?
A force field, yeah.
Or whichever fortress, whatever, thing you want to use here.
force field.
That's a very common workplace thing. Like even when I owned a gym and I'd tell the trainers like, leave your personal stuff at the door. We're here to train the members. It's very common, but here it takes really a whole new meaning to it. And it's so interesting to watch Dr. Robbie do that and know what he is going through, whether it's like his own self-harm or even now with like Duke, or who knows, he's still getting over his mentor. Like there's a lot that he's still getting over. What's his ex-girlfriend's son that was like almost like his stepson from the first season, where
I remember like
it doesn't matter the name, I'm just saying.
I've heard the name.
I don't know.
Adam or something.
So like there's so many of these
Jake.
things that are just building up.
Yeah. And what was even more heartbreaking about the scene is not only was, Dr. Robbie talking about that, but then Dr. Mohan's response of being like, well, then maybe I don't belong here. And it's like, Jesus. If somebody that we've seen Dr. Mohan be a literal superstar and like do things in the heat of the moment that are incredible, that save lives. And if she thinks she's not cut out for this, like who is? And that's what's so terrible. Like that's what's so heartbreaking and terrible about that scene, is not only Dr. Robbie's cynicism, but then Mohan's reaction to that cynicism and
it's mainly just like how she's probably capable as just doctor, like I can do this and come in and do it as shift, but doing this for, she's a senior resident, so let's just say like 5 years. I don't think she can do that. She can't put in that Dr. Robbie time. And that might be something she's considering as she's like figuring out what her next step is and where she wants to specialize. And I think she might be making a fair assessment because she's sharp with everybody right now. And like, hey, I need help with this. Can you pass me a napkin? She's like, fine, you know, fine. Basically. So
this season feels different from the first in many ways. I felt like the first season was building up to that one big event that we got to. It was sort of, okay, the shit hit the fan. This season has felt like shit is hitting the fan repeatedly, and it's almost about stripping our characters down to their bare bones, which is essentially what has happened here with the hospital too. Without all of their technology, the hospital itself is stripped down to the bare bones. And I think we're getting closer to a point where I think not only could we not have Dr. Robbie, but we could have no Dr. Robbie, no Dr. Mohan. I mean, maybe even no Dr. Langdon. Like Javadi might be going elsewhere. Like it's up in the air how many people, at least for the story, would make sense for them to no longer be in that ER.
The stakes for who's going to move forward with this show, and I know it's much different, it's higher than what Avengers Endgame was. I mean, I don't think that likely. Like Avengers Endgame was like, well, I know Spider-Man's coming back. He's got a whole fucking movie coming out later. You know, I genuinely don't know who's going to be back for season 3 of The Pitt, you know? And is it going to be someone killing themselves, getting fired, someone just not being able to hack it? I feel like we're going to get a sad moment for one of our characters here. And where the fuck is Mateo? He's in all the promo shit. Like, you see him everywhere, like, with these
Where's your sexy ass?
Yeah.
He's been on a coffee run this whole shift.
He comes in with the pizza and everything's on fire.
It's just the Donald Glover meme. I really need to know if something happened between him and Javadi. That was.
He doesn't date coworkers, so
bullshit. Not when they look like her.
I don't either.
I'm breaking that rule, fam.
What's interesting, like you said, last season felt like a slow build up to the big event, and then everyone had to adjust to the big event. Yeah. This season feels more like every episode is about getting one or two characters to, like you said, not just their bare bones, but their breaking point. And it's like, can they hack it in this environment? And like this episode, we saw not only Mohan, but we saw Ogilvy too, where Ogilvy's little, English teacher buddy who he was chumming up with suddenly had I don't know if it's a heart attack, but something with his heart is because Ogilvy didn't do a full scan. He just did his kidneys. And then Mohan, being distracted, didn't catch it either. And Jesus.
That's Ogilvy being distracted too, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yep. It's not just him being presumptuous. It's him being distracted that this guy was an English teacher like his dad. And it was totally distracting his ability to be a good doctor in that moment. And then he's also there thinking of like, I want to break a record with how many intubations I can do. And then he gets the opportunity, who wants to do this intubation? And he's there with his thumb in his ass.
I was about to say his mind is not where
mistake. And then you get Javadi's mom. Oh my God. When she comes up, was this you? It's like, Jesus, Mom. No, I didn't fuck up everything.
Talking about she needs to keep her shit out of here. Like, Javadi's mom is queen. I'm going to air out all my laundry at work doing this shit. She's down like every hour on some fuck shit, dude. Like, Javadi's dad needs to put her aside. It's like, can you just shut the fuck up for until the end of work, And maybe they got time upstairs. They got time for all that bullshit up there because there's none of that.
That's where Robbie should have stepped in and been like, no. Like he needs to get control of his ER at that point. When you have specialists coming in and just like throwing their proverbial dicks around, it's like you need to control that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and
it's affecting everyone in that room.
He kind of does when he says, okay, Dr. Javadi, do XYZ. Show Dr. Shamsky like why you deserve to be here, and that was a cool moment. Guys, there's more I want to talk about. A lot of characters, a lot of things that happen here. Before we do that, listen, if you are watching, listening, enjoying even just a minute of Unbinged, we have more content coming for you. More premium content is now available on on YouTube, on Apple, on Spotify. Every Tuesday, we are breaking down episodes of Paradise. We just did our rewatches of Sinners, one battle after another. We've got Invincible Season 4 coming up, Peaky Blinders, The Immortal Man. And on top of that, we have a bunch of our free content as well. Friday, we've got Project Hail Mary. Every Thursday, like we're doing right now, we're going to be covering episodes of The Pitt. Coming up, we've got Your Friends and Neighbors over on Apple. We've got The Boys. We've got Euphoria. A lot of great stuff is coming up here, so please make sure you are not only subscribed to Unbinged, but you are a premium binger as well. Guys, where are we going next here? Because I feel like we've been all over the place. Let's go to Dr. McKay and the dead leg, because that shit was gnarly.
Oh, I was expecting a rash, and I was not expecting all that necrosis of the skin.
Yeah, I was telling the homies pre-show, I was just like, it was so gross that it wasn't, because it didn't look real. Like, and I know it is real, probably very realistic. I was like, I didn't know a human leg could do that. Like, homegirl got the whole venom symbiote come out of her fucking leg, dude.
Some of those colors didn't look like they should be there. Yeah. My favorite, though, was Ogilvy's reaction to it. He was just like,
I just don't understand drug abuse. I'm like, dude, shut the fuck up, dude. You know,
talking to a fucking recovering addict. I love that.
I'm so curious about this too, because yes, he's a student, but he's been going through medical school for how long at this point?
He was a student in Vermont, though. He talked about he's done a shift at an ER, but it was in Vermont. So, like, he's probably never actually seen anything in real life.
No, but there's still
studied stuff.
I cut myself on garden shears.
But there's still a matter of bedside manner, though. Like, he doesn't have any bedside manner. He doesn't have any empathy. And these are, I mean, those have to be pillars of being a doctor. And I know it's not for everyone. And he even has a moment here where he says, no, I have empathy. And his version of empathy is bullshit, but I'm just so, it's so intriguing to me how he appears to be so ahead intellectually, but so behind emotionally. And it kind of shows how you need both the yin and yang to be a good doctor in this.
He was a homeschool kid. That's exactly what he presents. Like, he's
homeschool
very
kids,
smart.
like and subscribe.
He's very book smart, but he doesn't have the socialization because he never went outside. So he's got all the knowledge, but he doesn't know how to present it in a way that doesn't make him come off as a dick. And I think they're also, with his character, exploring a lot of privilege, because like his little spiel about drug addicts and not understanding how people can be addicted to drugs, and then McKay immediately whips back and be like, "What? You don't understand wanting to make the pain go away or quiet the noise?" Or like, she gives him like 6 different reasons, and they're all very valid. But somebody who's never really experienced hardship wouldn't understand those, because they don't understand why. What pain do you want to quiet?
He's Andy from The Office. He's like, I haven't had a very difficult life.
Exactly.
There's a moment between McKay and Ogilvy where she says, "We're healers, not judges," and that feels so reminiscent of how Dr. Robbie speaks when he's like, "We heal them and we get them out. We're not here to do anything else." Like, even when we have
dignity. Yeah.
Yes. And that is going to lead me to, I think, the part of the episode that pissed me off the most. And I think it pissed off almost everyone who watched it the most. If it didn't, I'm going to say this as politely as I can. You can click away right now, because this ain't going to be for you. Ice being in this episode and everything that happened with Ice, I'm going to try to say this as eloquently as I can. Get absolutely fucked. Like, just get out of the fucking hospital at that point. And I love that is the way that the nurses, the doctors, and everyone wanted to approach it. And this popped in my head, guys. Ice takes down this nurse, arrests him, and I'm wondering, based on the schedule, I'm assuming this was written and filmed prior to the unfortunate shooting that took place in Minnesota.
I believe so.
Because they're doing the slow horses thing, where I think they're already almost done with season 3 filming by now. You know, they're cranking this shit out. So it was art and life fucking same time. You can't even say imitating each other, you know.
It's the Andor effect. To Tony Gilroy's like, I didn't write it to be like this, but here we are. Like, unfortunately, things are following a pattern.
Mm-hmm.
So it is unfortunate that in real life we're getting a situation in a simulated event that's so close to what's happening in real life, and it's super shitty. I think we can all agree, like, fuck ICE, fuck what they're doing. Not only are you fucking with like literal families, but you're also then abusing citizens. So get all the way fucked. And it took a while in the show, but finally Robbie got to the point where he was able to eloquently tell them to fuck right off. And it's like, good, get out of here. You're not only disrupting the flow of patient care because now we have nurses and patients scared to be in this area, but you're also causing a disruption with the actual staff that's still fucking here.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was also going to say I don't believe for one moment that she just fell down the stairs as everyone was leaving.
A full AC, like a dislocation over here. Get the.
They tackled her to the ground and forced that injury upon her, and then made up some bullshit.
Look how big that motherfucker was. They wouldn't
give her a phone. Yeah, and the fact that they wouldn't give her a phone call. Fuck off.
What would a phone call do? Are they going to rally up the gangs from Venezuela? It's like, all right, stop eating your dogs, come in and help. Break me out of a fucking hospital. No, you just want to talk to your family. And they
tell them where you are and what's going on, so they can at least start to start the process of getting you out of detention when you. Oh God, it's all fucked.
And I'm not even trying to like make a racist joke. This is what like legitimately people believe and what radicalized them to even join this group. Because I wanted to point out another part of it is that a lot of these ICE agents are Hispanic, or they're not even white dudes. It's like it's straight up the case of like it be your own people. It's nuts, man.
And it's because the administration gave empty promises of a $50,000 checking or signing bonus. Oh, but you didn't stop and read the fine print of like all the ways you're not going to get paid. And so a lot of these people are signing up because they're desperate, and then they don't get any training or any proper training, and then they're just angry on the streets with a badge, confronted by a populace who's not happy they're there. So then you just have aggression meeting aggression, and then these fucking yokels don't have any goddamn training on how to diffuse situations, so they just ratchet up.
Yeah,
it's fucked all the
because
way
from misinformation, radicalization, and then assaultation. Let's just go there.
Reading comprehension level of about a first grader. Yeah.
Exactly. Zero media literacy. So sorry, guys. Not sorry, really. So
no, it's okay. It was a tough one for me to watch. It's a tough one to talk about too, but we see the effects here even too, like us outside of the ER, where patients are leaving the waiting room that they don't even want to risk getting treated, and that's something that Robbie talks about, that like more and more patients
what if it's contagious?
Yep.
What if it's something that's contagious?
Right.
Sorry.
And that more and more patients are refusing care because they are worried about this, and that regardless of, and Dana even says that all patients, regardless of immigration status, have the right to care, and they do, to the point where I believe it was Dr. Shamsky who comes down and says that a couple surgical interns even left upstairs because they were afraid.
They lost 5 nurses throughout the different departments. 5 different nurses left because even if they were here on legal status, because of the way ICE is treating everyone in the immigration program as blanket bad guys, even if you have your papers, even if you're in the process legally, you're terrified of being confronted because they could just throw you in the back of an unmarked vehicle and all of a sudden you're in CCOT.
Yeah, this was a really tough one to watch. I already don't remember. The ICE agents took the nurse. Did they also take the patient as well?
Yep, they took the detainee as well. Even like they were trying to put the sling on her, and that's when everything broke out, because they're like, okay, we got to take her now.
And this was one too where I remember there was a part in this where Al-Hashimi and Robbie actually said that they're looking for a lawyer for the patient, because I believe it was, I don't remember who asks who, but they say any luck with finding a lawyer for the patient.
Well, because Robbie tells the nurse as he's getting arrested, we're going to get the hospital lawyer on your thing, and they call up to the legal department, but they're still dealing with the cyber case. So they weren't
No, but prior to that, there was talk of getting a lawyer for the patient, not just the nurse.
Oh, I missed that then. I missed that part.
Because they felt like they couldn't give proper care to the patient because ICE kept hanging around in their ER and kept trying to take her. So they were like, we can't get patients in. We can't take care of this patient. We need to get a lawyer on the phone and get them here into the hospital ASAP.
Gotcha. Okay. I missed that line.
Yeah, this was, sorry, go Jack.
No, go ahead, dude.
No, I'm just repeating more of the same. Like this was a tough one, and to revisit it was very tough. It's just, it's hard. Yeah. It's fucking hard. As someone who has experienced it and felt it in my own family, it's fucking hard, man. And it's tough to I'm not gonna mince words. Like we don't want ICE around. We don't want it. The show, I think, did a great job of depicting how much it can hurt beyond what you're just seeing on TV or on your social media feed. Like it goes so much farther beyond this.
We actually forgot one thing too. Nurse Emma, dude. God damn.
Oh
man.
shit!
The way it ends.
Episode, we're getting fucking choked out by Golf Boy. God damn.
Man. This is you know what actually got me there, dog? Because like I was just like, it's motherfuckers like him who would like cheer that shit on, you know, like Ice if he was awake, where it's that total rich guy. Even his friends, they treat each other like shit. Where he's just like, I don't know, I've never seen him like that. And then he just like dubs him and leaves. It's fucking nuts. Even drunk girl treated her friend better, who bit her tongue. She stayed through the entire thing. It's bananas. And I hope Emma becomes like a new Dana in like a good way, if that makes sense, and not someone who is going to get discouraged from doing this career because she's experiencing all the bad things all at once in her
first. This is twice now in her first shift.
Getting assaulted on your very first shift is not a good sign. So.
This is also, remember, there was that time earlier where there was the patient in the bed that grabbed her arm, and Dana like showed him, physical assault of a medical professional as a felony.
Which just goes to show, like, this is Emma's first shift, and I know it's near the end of her shift, but like, why is she by herself? Like, why is there not another nurse with her or another doctor?
He woke up
because they're stretched thin.
Mm-hmm.
I know, but still, on her first shift, she shouldn't really be alone at any point. She should have somebody to shadow at all times. So it just goes to show how things are falling apart because cyber attack, nurses are missing because of the ICE. Like, all these things are now forming a perfect storm for where Emma, who should not be in this situation, is now being assaulted by a patient.
Yeah, I think I'm going to chalk that up to just like that can also happen at any job. Where it's, even if it's your first day on the job, they're like, okay, cool, you handle this. I'll be back in like an hour. You're going to be good.
Right.
Or, it could be one of those things where Dana's like, hey, time to fly the nest, little bird, go do some rounds really quick. Go check up on the patient. It could have been as simple as go check the vitals to make sure he's not dying. And homie woke up and puts her in the fucking, chokehold.
I'm just saying it just goes to show where we're at in this shift, that everything is falling apart to this degree.
I wonder too, like what is his state of mind to be that drunk and angry and like wake up like that? His first thought is to headlock, and he didn't think I'm in the hospital,
Well,
I wonder if there's
says
more
something,
than alcohol.
right? Because he's like, where am I? What have you done? So he definitely seems, like you said, Alfred, he seems not only drunk, but possibly on something.
He might be on some sort of hallucinogen.
Right.
That feels very much like a middle-aged party boy thing to do. Right? Like, I mean, I've gone golfing with the guys, and a lot of them are just going to drink. Others are going to drink and do something else, and then you're out there in the heat. You get the heat exhaustion mixed with some other fun things that you're taking, and you don't know where you are or who you are. So for him to pass out and then wake up in the hospital scared seemed like he was already violent prior to going in there and picking a fight with someone else.
He was aggressive towards the party in front of them on the course. So, and the EMTs, I think they said that they had to give him a sedative to get him like on the cart. So, homie's bad news.
They asked the friend too, like, could he have been on any drugs? And the friend, such a dick, he's like, they definitely weren't performance enhancing drugs. He shot like a 128 or something like that. And it's like, okay, guy, maybe hit the road.
Super helpful.
Yeah.
It's a complete D-bag. Like, they all deserve to be in the hospital for something, you
know. Okay, let's talk about Dr. Mel King and Becca. This was a fun carryover.
I already forgot about that, dude.
Yeah, man. We got like another 20 minutes here, maybe. This is a fun carryover from the last episode. And it's funny. I was telling my wife, I was like, she just can't watch The Pitt. She's like, I don't get it. I don't understand why you guys like it. I'm like, man, babe, this story is so great. It's like I could just watch a whole series of Becca. And then I was like, wait, it's just Love on the Spectrum, because that's what this feels like. It's just Becca and Adam and her talking about, we have lots of sex and it is great. Sex feels good. Like, I was just like, let's go get it, Becca. This is a fun episode.
I am glad they didn't go the route of Adam was like a staff member, and B, that it wasn't his idea to have sex. So I'm glad that he was another resident, and B, it was Becca's idea to initiate sex. I like that they went that route.
And I want to point out, we had a lot of comments that were like straight to the sexual assault thing. This show has done a lot to talk about it. I'm happy we didn't have a fourth sexual assault, you know, or something like that, because for this particular area, guys, autism is a lot different than just being, you know, having a mental challenge or disability or something like that. It's like she has a lot of body autonomy. She just lives in like a group home with like other
being on the autism spectrum is not the same as having Down syndrome.
Exactly. And I feel like a lot of people accidentally do that. And because I kept saying in the comments, I'm like, that's not what autism means, dude. It's like
she's also, we see very high functioning and highly independent.
Yeah.
And even when Langdon is talking with Mel, and she's like, we have this thing where she gets to make her own decisions, and I get, you know, it's like, there you go, you said the words. She's an adult. She can do the things that adults do.
Autism is watching Elf 164 times, but also choosing to have sex when you want. There's our spectrum there, guys.
Now, do you think her and Adam do it while they watch Elf?
Okay, we're not. Nope.
I don't want to hear that.
Nope. Cut that. cut that. No, I'm actually really glad that we didn't go the like he took advantage of her or sexual assault angle.
That's what I was worried about.
Fucking, you know, Stabler and the rest of the SVU unit would be walking in there. You sick fuck.
Autism, you sick fuck. That's not funny.
It's not funny.
It's a little funny.
But I'm curious about how that crossover would go. Anyways,
oh my god, seeing Ice-T and Dana interact would be fantastic.
The ultimate narrators together.
First off, Dana gets pissed off. He's like, we had rape kits in the back. You're supposed to pick up like 2 weeks ago. Like,
can we just get that one time? Like, someone comes to pick up the rape kit, and it's one of the cast members from SVU. It wouldn't make sense because they're in New York and they're in the hospitals in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. But I want it.
There's a crossover case. The serial rapist went from New York to Pittsburgh. We followed him here, and while we're here, we're picking up your rape kits. There you go.
There we go. Now we're cooking, Cough. Now we're cooking. Dick Wolf, get him on the horn.
Oh, God.
It was very strange to see Mel at her breaking point, but I love that they explored this a bit more. And it was essentially Dana playing the cool auntie here for a minute and just telling her like, hey, you're a good egg, but it's not about you. Pity party's over. She essentially said the same shit that Dr. Robbie said to Mohan. She just wasn't as big of a dick about it.
Much better way.
Yeah, like there was
more diplomatic.
Well, it wasn't even the words. It was just tonally it sounded better. Like there was a sense of like, you're okay. Like we can move on from this together type of thing. Because really what it came down to was Becca being afraid that she's going to be alone. Which there are plenty of siblings, parents, people in general that get that vibe.
Me.
And I think what was most upsetting for Mel with Becca was that the fact that Becca didn't tell her for 6 months.
hold on. We can't just have Jag go, me, and then not talk about that. And Kopf's like, anywho.
Move past it. I don't care about you.
Let's
Kopf's
expand on this.
Kopf's like, he only shot at 126. No, Kopf on what he powered through. Continue. It's fine.
No, let's back up. Let's go for it.
Oh fuck! I mean, I'm just busy, man. I'm married to the game. I'm not a fucking doctor, but like, I make content all the time, you know, and I'm busy.
You do
as
the hustle. You're a hustler.
Yeah, I'm a hustler.
You don't got time for love.
I like the gym. I read comics and shit in there, and all my tattoos are really nerdy. A lot of gym girls don't like that, so it's a lonely existence out there. I don't like online dating sucks. So like, imagine being a doctor. You have something important to do. I could just like not make a YouTube video, you know.
Have you ever tried not making a YouTube video?
Yeah, Dr. Mohan can't go like, you know what, patient? Mama's got to get her fuck on. I need you to like, chill out.
But you also have to imagine there's a difference. Like Jag, when you have a bad day, you can kind of shake it off because it's like, you know, you had a stressful day making content or editing something. If a doctor has a bad day and they try to go on a date, it's like they have to like they're dealing with the literal death of their patients.
It sounds so uncool when you're like, yeah, you had a tough day making content.
But literally, that's right, the difference, right?
I know. Like we're all there together, but it's just like, it's imagining the people, like you said, in the medical field, or like someone that has an actual tough job that's like putting their life on the line every day. Like, anyone, and then we're just like, man, that YouTube video really got us.
Really wiped me out today.
Like, for example, like, I feel like we love Vig, but like Vig's just in the Unbinged group chat just to keep us grounded every day, you know, because like. Granted, more stuff happens and stress and like, oh man, that YouTube video wasn't so good. Like, I work for like a corporation and shit like that, whatever. But again, it's still like tea-tie because someone's life isn't in my hands every fucking day, dude.
You're not like, literally massaging a heart back to rhythm like Javadi did. So imagine somebody like Javadi or Mohan, where it's like they do go, let's say they do go on the online dating thing. They finally get past all the dirtbags, the shitheads, the losers, and the like literal like gold diggers to finally find maybe one guy that's decent enough for them to set up a date with. And it's like, cool, we're going to meet for dinner after my shift. Oh, I just had 3 patients die on me, and now I have to forget all of that and pretend like I'm interested in this fucking person for 45 minutes to an hour.
Young single Alfredo would have treated them so good.
Yeah, you would have. I actually agree with that.
Young single Alfredo would have been there for them.
But Kopf, you hit the nail on the head when what I was trying to say. Like, it's a struggle for me for what I do, and what I do is not important in the grand scheme of life. Like, they could end the career of YouTubers tomorrow, and nothing would happen in the world.
Right, like I do this and I bartend, and it's like, oh, my social battery's empty. I don't feel like dealing with people after a shift. And it's like, well, at least I didn't kill anybody or like watch somebody die in front of me
yet.
Hopefully.
Not with that.
There's always one day.
Not with that attitude.
I'm just not trying hard enough.
You got to believe in yourself, buddy.
I will say this: I got to experience Kopf making some drinks over at a bachelor party. What was it, 2 weekends ago? Kopf.
Last weekend. Yeah.
Got some skills, bro.
Got some skills.
Wait, so the what the hell's it called? I almost called him the groom of honor. What is it, the best man?
I like the groom of honor better.
That's great, right? The best man. So he hired these bartenders, and it was a female bartender that goes on the boat with us. And the boat goes out into the Tampa Bay, and go back to the house. We have them for 2 more hours. So it's 2 female bartenders that come back to the house. They start making drinks. I asked for it just because I wanted to see what we could do here. An espresso martini. Kopf, you tried it too. That was fucking horrendous.
Oh, they weren't trying. They had a room full of 14 like different levels of drunk dudes in front of them. They were not. They didn't care. They had a set price of what they're getting paid, so they didn't fucking try.
Kopf's got real skills, though. I'm not gonna lie. You are an impressive mixologist.
I was very lucky to get some really good teachers, so that helps.
You don't have to be humble, man.
He's
just
not
just
quite
stand
the
on fucking
Japanese
business.
dude from Instagram or TikTok, where he's like shaving ice with a fucking sword.
Oh, I'm not doing hand cut ice. Fuck that shit.
Next year, dog, you can. Again, believe in yourself.
Unbinged retreat happening this year. I expect shaved
There you
ice
go.
with a samurai sword.
We're actually setting Cough up to accidentally kill somebody. Is what we're doing.
Signed by Randy Jackson.
And this is how it goes. Cop slices someone's head off with a samurai sword.
It's like the monkey where like the babysitter dies in the beginning
Oh
of it.
no!
If you see the monkey, all 6 of us.
Okay, back to Mel, because we were talking about that. She has this moment here where I was like, that's one of the most Jagger coded things ever, where she's talking to, I can't remember if it was, I think it was Whitaker and Javadi, or just two of the doctors that couldn't figure out their shit, and she's just like, I don't care who does it, and just throws the binder on the floor and walks away.
It's true.
I was like, yes, that is Jagger. He's like, I don't care who does it, just do it. Bye.
That was so great. What a great moment.
No, that is extreme autism, because like it's well, I say extreme, but like that is like an example of what, like, even if you are on Becca's, like, because that's what's called a spectrum. Even if you aren't where Becca is, it's like you couldn't get me to care about numbers or whatever, because that's what Alfredo's talking about. It's like, oh, we need somebody to do this with a. Like, I was like, you talk about graphics for a cover art? I don't care about that. Like, bye. I've left meetings.
Call me when something important happens.
Yes, I've left meetings before where I'm just like, this no longer pertains to me. Boop. Like, I wish goodbye work 100%. So I love Dr. King, and I actually love seeing her get to that point where she's got some dog in her. She's got some.
She hit her overstimulation limit, and she's like, "Fuck this, I'm out."
Mm-hmm.
I really want her to hit the nasty bougie ratchet one more time for us before the season's over.
She in that closet right now. In there.
Lights off. Nasty bougie ratchet. Just shaking. This concludes though with her and Becca. Mel is trying to get some contact information for Adam's parents, and Becca's like, no thanks. Okay, I want to leave now. Just like, I'm out. And she's like, I would give that information to Dr. Langdon because he's my doctor, but not you. And then she's gonna go to the fireworks.
Missed the second dig. She missed the second dig where she has also told her therapist about Adam. So she's told everyone except for Mel.
But I think that's
what hurts.
Obviously in this situation, it is so shocking to Mel because like essentially the glass is shattered on her life, but that is so impossibly healthy for Becca to have a life that is her own, portions of her life that are her own. There are boundaries, and that is needed whether on or off the spectrum. I actually love this, and I think it's a phenomenal growth, not just for I mean, Becca's character has been growing, but it's this phenomenal growth for Dr. King.
Yep.
Eventually.
Eventually.
Like you said, it's the realization. Like right now, she's in the realization moment. She hasn't gotten to the growth moment yet because her life ultimately still, hopefully it does. That's the healthy way, because her life ultimately is still revolves around Becca. Whereas as we've seen, Becca has that independence where she's like, no, I have a life outside of my sister. So
exactly, she needs to get to the point and learn that this is good for her, because again, it's kind of like the dude who was like a criminal in episode 2 or whatever. He's like, well, what do you like to do? And she kept answering about her sister. It's just like, now
that's same day.
Same day.
We forget that. So
6 hours.
She went through the full gamut of like, a guy is interested in me. That guy is a criminal. Date's not happening. Oh, my sister's getting some, and she's been lying to me about it. And I had a deposition.
On the worst day of my life because
it's
of
been
the
a day.
deposition. Yeah, she's had it rough.
Elf will be watched one more time.
And the hospital's on meltdown because of a cyber attack. Yeah.
It's just like,
sick.
Now that she could separate from her sister a little bit, she can, maybe watch Spirited. Will Ferrell made another Christmas film. She could give that a shot.
It's not bad. It's not bad.
I like it a lot, actually, but I like musicals.
Same. Okay, Cough. Wait, do you not like musicals at all?
Not that I don't like them. They're a fine genre. Just why do you gotta sing everything? Just talk like normal.
They don't sing everything. They sing most things. So your
That's
point
why
is
again,
valid.
Again,
Les Mis was too much for me. I'm like, I need you guys to.
That's true.
I
Talk
don't mind.
Yeah.
Look, I don't mind a musical number every once in a while, but if you're gonna like every scene ends with a musical number, that's a little too much for me. That's all I'm saying.
Les Mis like literally making a sandwich. They would be singing during it. That is the line for me. And Russell Crowe's when I turn that shit off, I'm like, dog.
It's because he can't sing.
Yeah, I was like, this is so bad.
How you gonna hire a lead actor who can't sing for a musical?
So musical folks out there, I never finished Les Mis, and it is Russell Crowe's fault.
It's not Hugh Jackman's fault because Hugh Jackman can hit a fucking note.
Yeah.
What's that? What's the Song of Angry Men? What's the song called? You don't know because you didn't fucking finish it. Never mind. Never mind. No. Hold on. Now I have to look this up. Oh, it's Do You Hear the People Sing? What? Oh, yeah. That's an awesome song. Go watch that, Jag. Did you see that there was like military personnel that sang that song like to Trump's face, and he had no idea what it was?
As an act of rebellion or whatever, yeah. I'm gonna admit something. I've never seen Hamilton.
Is it because there's black people as founding fathers, or
because it's historically inaccurate?
No,
it's a musical, and I have no desire to watch a 3-hour musical about founding fathers.
It's pretty fucking pure awesome. Musical, like it's just on stage. It's not even dressed up.
Like I get it. Lin-Manuel Miranda is a great whatever, like songwriter or lyricist or
very Troglacia of you, dog.
Very talented, very talented. I get it, but I just don't care. It's not for me.
Kopf, which halftime show did you watch?
I love that Kopf.
The one where you couldn't understand the words. No, I'm just kidding. I watched the Bad Bunny one. I didn't watch Chris Rock.
I love that Kopf just pulled the Jonah Hill and Superbad. He's like, you ever seen a vagina by itself? Not for me.
Not for me.
Just like you ever seen a musical on stage? Not for me.
Not for me. Hey, I know what I like, and musicals aren't a part of it. So. I will say the Sound of Music. I fuck with the Sound of Music.
Oh, get fucked, Kopf.
Oh my god, the most
you would pick the one with the Nazis.
How many memes do I gotta use on you? Y'all
I'm glad you guys got that.
Oh my god. Fuck. Seriously though, watch Hamilton. It's actually quite good.
All right.
It's been watched many a times in this house. Drive on over, spend the night, we'll watch Hamilton there.
Okay.
He'll send you some back at some Hamilton Crocs. They're just like the buckle pilgrim shoe.
Don't you dare disrespect
He's got the
my
Woodies
Woody
on
Crocs.
right now.
I'm wearing the Woody ones. That's right, they say Andy, bitch.
The Woody ones.
I wore those to the bachelor party. Walking around the house in those, no fucking shame. No shame in my game. Bro, I'm married. Like, it doesn't matter.
He also was Winnie the Pooh in it too. Just no pants on, just Crocs, no pants.
That's Donald ducking.
Winnie Pooh.
I crop top.
Oh, Donald Duck is where you're wearing shoes. I got it.
Yep.
Yeah. No, you have a hat. That's no pants, but you do have a hat.
Shit, I'm Daffy Duck, buddy. It's just nudity.
Butt ass naked, but he's got a necklace on.
Yeah.
He's got a collar on.
That weird white collar that Daffy Duck has.
Yeah, dog. Me and my speech impediment against the world.
Oh. You know what? There's one character we haven't talked much about. Oh, yeah, there's a few we could talk about here. So, we haven't talked much about Dr. Alashimi. And in this episode, it kind of felt like she was just always over everyone's shoulder, observing. A lot of watching, listening. And then the scenes where she was involved, she was a highly calming presence in what has been just nonstop anarchy in this ER. How did you guys take the Dr. Al-Hashimi kind of always observing and being over the shoulder of people?
I like it a lot, dude. Yeah.
I think she's finally gotten to the point in the shift where she realizes like she doesn't need to be the first voice heard in every room. Like she can be somebody that observes and sees what happens before jumping in. And so I think she's finally caught that lesson, and so she's turned that point in not only her shift, hopefully like her career with the pit, because what we saw earlier in the shift from her was very much like she was the first one to respond, the first one to try to react, the first one to give an answer. And like Robbie had to check her a couple times, like, hey, we try to let the students come up with the answer first. So
not only that, she's just a very good coach, man. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I think about Dr. Abbott, and I would, if he was still around, and I feel like he has a relationship with Robbie where they do have that level of honesty. I'd be like, dude, she's better right now. She's just better. You used to be like this, and now you're whatever this is, and this is not good. You know, even when you're right, you're wrong, because it's to point out like what you brought up about Dana. Dana said almost the exact same words to Dr. King that Robbie used with Mohan, but just the entire demeanor of it was better. Al Hashimi right
her
now
approach,
is
right?
listening, understanding who her staff is without getting in her shit, and then to sound like a brown noser a little bit, her just shutting the fuck up and watching, she's getting more information than just asking shit.
And I think that's it. I think that's what a good leader does. And I think that she sort of had a very hands-on approach to start the episode. And what's crazy is that it's all within the same shift. Is to start this shift, she was very hands-on, almost to the point where it was too much. And then now what she's realizing is, in order for me to be the best leader I can for this ER, I actually have to sit back and observe. And the more I can observe, the more I can learn about these people. There's
and trust
yes.
her team. Like that's a part of it. Her sitting back is showing that I trust my team to be competent enough to deal with these situations without me having to jump in and do it. Where she was very much not like that at the beginning of the shift a few episodes ago.
And not to pile on Robbie, to give him credit, this is a testament to his culture in there of like having a lot of doctors who can run with independence and strength on their own.
I'm glad you said that, Jack, because it's, I know like lately a lot of this has been shitting on Dr. Robbie, and that's because he's at the end of his rope, figuratively and maybe literally.
Proverbially.
What you said though there is like he has created a culture, right? And it's usually like that's like the old like adage that like parents say, like show me who you hang around and I'll tell you who you are and stuff like that. And then even like workplaces, it's like when you've created a place of culture, everything just runs smoothly. And even with everything getting as tough as it is, a brand new person is able to step into I think a relatively smooth ER for how much bullshit is going on in there in one single shift. It's kind of crazy. I mean, if you guys work in an ER and you know that it's like this every single time, let us know. But this obviously seems to be a little much for the TV show.
That's why it was shocking last episode when Ovi brought up the book to his patient. He's like, yeah, I thought it'd have an easier shift. It's like, why? Why did you think that?
He didn't have time to read? That's hilarious. Like,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
yeah, dude.
Like, I know he had mentioned he did a shift at an ER in Vermont. It's like, I get it. Vermont's in the middle of fuck nowhere. So I guess you'd have time to read there. But you're in Pittsburgh, buddy. Like,
That's
what?
rich people
What?
bumfuck nowhere. I live in bumfuck nowhere, or we blow shit up and have real problems that we cause ourselves. You know.
Blow shit up.
Let's
Hopefully
do
not your hands.
let's do our patient check-in here, because we have a couple patients from this episode. We have our baseball guy who like caught a home run and is just like, I'm not
so
letting
weird.
go of this thing. I will say this:
Let me
that felt
fight
like
a bullet.
that felt like the biggest fucking waste of time of the whole episode.
Yeah.
Not that, and maybe we needed it. We needed that buffer from everything that was so tough, but I don't think we needed it like at all in this episode. It didn't really serve the story in any way. It was just sort of a palate cleanser.
It was a weird way to introduce those types of characters or patients that are like, I'm tough enough that I don't need like pain meds. For him, it was the paranoia of someone's going to steal my baseball. It's like, okay.
I felt like it was a thing
to
too.
introduce.
I feel like it was a thing too where they wanted to remind you that this takes place in Pittsburgh. My name's Roberto, like Roberto Clemente, and I caught Andrew McCutcheon's ball, and I caught this ball. Go Pirates! Like just
Woo.
He definitely takes balls from kids, though. Like, for
100%.
sure.
Yeah.
Like,
He
motherfucker.
answered a little too quickly.
Yeah. So
let's do the check-in though, because we also have Duke, who looking like he could have lymphoma here as well. It's funny because Dr. Robbie tells Duke that he's going to do everything he can for him, and that he wouldn't feel comfortable riding his bike without doing everything procedurally possible for Duke here. But then he also tells Dana, I can handle 2 more hours of Dr. Al. And Dr. Al even asks, does he normally stick around after his shift? Does he go? And she's like, he's pretty good about getting out of here. I wonder what's going to happen with Duke, because I do feel like he might leave Duke hanging and just leave before Duke ever gets his diagnosis.
I hope not, because I know he said it might take a few hours for the CT scan because everything's backed up, but I hope he wouldn't be the type of friend that would say, hey, I'm going to stick around, and then Irish goodbye him. So hopefully Robbie's not that kind of a dickhead, but I don't know. Lately, it seems more and more likely.
I think we have 2 outcomes here. I think we either have Robbie skips out early, or he does find out that Duke has lymphoma, and Robbie just fucking leaves and has an attempt on his life. Because at that point, he's just like, what is there? Like, everyone's dying. I can't stop it. I can't.
Jax Teller on the highway and just rides out.
I don't know, man. I think it's up there.
I don't get the reference. I've never seen Sons of Anarchy.
I think that's what, Sons of Anarchy, right?
Oh,
I've never seen it, but I know.
Yeah. The final scene of Sons of Anarchy, spoiler for something that's like over 10 years old now, but Jax Teller, the main character, rides his motorcycle onto the middle of the highway, kills himself by letting go of the handles and getting run over by an 18-wheeler. It's meant to be symbolic, but it's
a pretty sick way to go out.
On rewatch. Pretty dumb. It's very dumb.
You make your death somebody else's problem? Damn, dude, that's fucked up, man.
It's about on par with his character for the whole show. Like,
he could have like rode his bike off a mountain or something. That would have been cool.
Thelma and Louise it? He could have,
yeah.
but he didn't. Instead, he made it some random ass trucker's problem.
Bullshit way to go out. Anyways.
Yep.
Boys, I think that's going to be a wrap here on this episode. We had a lot to cover. I think we covered pretty much everything. We still have Baby Jane Doe, the security guard, and the student that got tased. We got our headmask patient. Emma
better
who is...
be okay. God damn it. If they pull some shit, I won't watch season 3.
I'm ready for Dana to just be like, I'm going to throw hands. I don't care if you fire me. I'm just going to throw hands. Oh, I'm not trying to have her go to prison. Just want her to stick a guy in the face.
Yeah, stick him right in the eye. Fuck him.
You worry me sometimes.
I should not be in an ER ever. Let's put it that way.
No.
Koff is reversed the dude who punched Dana in season 1. Like, if he sees...
I'm punching the patient.
Exactly. He's just ready.
It's a good thing you're already in the
ER.
ER.
Nurse.
Did you just put your hands on a woman? Pop, pop, pop.
Looks like you're staying here a little longer.
I am the OR.
All right, that's going to be a wrap for us. We will be back again next week with the next episode of The Pit. Like I mentioned, we got Project Hail Mary coming out, Your Friends and Neighbors, The Boys, a bunch of new shows that are going to be coming out. We also have our premium content as well, where it's not different. It's not giving you less of our free stuff. We are giving you more of the same Unbinged for more shows and more movies. Every Tuesday, we'll have Paradise. We have our rewatches of One Battle After Another and Sinners, Invincible Season 4, Peaky Blinders, The Immortal Man, and so much more coming your way. So make sure you are subscribed as a premium binger. As always, I want to thank everybody for watching and listening all the way through. For myself, for Jag, for Kopf. We'll see you next time. Adios.